Alright, what's up guys? It's Parnell EX Warwick, Challenger Warwick Extraordinaire on the North American server, and I want to do a patch notes overview because this is something that I like watching other people do. Like Skara, LS, some other people do it every once in a while. I want to try it myself, even though that, yeah, I mean, I just want to try it out because I think it's something fun, and I always am pretty like analytical about these patch notes and have a general idea of how the state of the game is like across all roles. So even though I'm a Warwick one trick, I still have a pretty good insight as to what is happening around everywhere else and where I think the game should be, and then understanding where Riot is coming from. Because like I know like sometimes like I'll watch people do this like LS, and they're just kind of like, you're like, this is stupid, but they don't actually explain it, or they don't like understand like, yeah, it's just they kind of just like just state their opinion without really explaining it. So I'm gonna try and do that right now. All right, so to get it underway, Swain. I played Swain on PBE. He's actually like super fun. I thought he looked pretty boring initially. Like I don't think he looked boring, but he looked kind of stale initially, which I mean he kind of is, but I think he's really fun. I think he's really fun, and yeah, he's just like, I don't know. He's more fun to play than when he looks, is all I'll say, because he's got a lot of like like team fight potential. He's got a really solid laning phase, I'd say. I think he was overtuned on PB though, so we'll see once he's live, because I don't know if they actually nerfed him or anything, but he looks kind of overpowered. He definitely is super strong in his head though, like multi kills everywhere. So yeah, Swain looks pretty sick, and I'm gonna be playing him whenever I'm auto filled in the next couple of days. So I guess he's gonna get banned or picked though, regardless. So highly unlikely I'll get the chance to pick him, but if I do get the chance, I'll take it. All right, Azir. So yeah, I guess I'll just do what like kind of what Scar does, and state what I think needs to happen to Azir before I actually like look into the change. I have like looked at PBE, but not a whole lot this week, so I actually don't really know what they're gonna do to him. Like Azir is definitely the best mid laner at the moment, and yeah, I mean he's just really way too strong. Like he just literally just needs like a nerf. I don't think there's necessarily like one thing that could really tone him down a whole lot. I think honestly, because I actually played him yesterday, and I think the problem is his Q. Like his Q is just like, I feel like it's just the fact that his Q does so much damage, in my opinion, shouldn't be. He should be more about auto attacking, and I think his Q shouldn't necessarily do as much damage. It should be more for repositioning. I feel like, in my opinion, like they could just literally just make his like Q like. I'm just gonna throw this out there. They could make his like Q like like a lot lower cooldown but no damage or something like that. I don't know. That might not be the most fun change, but they need to change his Q, I think, in some way, shape, or form. So what did they do? They increased the cooldown on his Q. That's fine, I guess. Yeah, I think that's all right. He just needs a nerf, really. It's not like there's necessarily one thing that's problematic about him. I think his Q is definitely the most problematic part of Azir, because it limits his. Yeah, I guess this makes it so he has to be more committed as to where he places his soldiers, which works out. So you can't just constantly reposition them and everything until later on. Then cut off head. Ooh, this is pretty big, actually. This is really big. I thought they did this before. I actually didn't even know that they just didn't draw aggro. That's actually pretty big, I'd say. It helps them like manipulate the wave and stuff, but I think that's bad for Azir, definitely. Yeah, this would probably just take attacks on him. He'll still be really good though, but because last patch they had the aggro changes, like all single target, everyone with like single target damage or abilities, and it didn't end up actually like making as big of a difference that people thought it would. So I don't think this would make a huge difference, but it's definitely a big nerf. So, but he'll still be really good. He'll still be probably one of the best mid laners for sure. Jarvan, oh sorry, yeah, it's Jarvan's base armor nerf. I think the thing that with Jarvan, God, I don't even know what needs to be nerfed. He just needs nerf. That's fine. make him more vulnerable in the jungle. I think that's actually a pretty good change. He sustains surprisingly well for having like no abilities allow him to sustain. He has his shield, but his shield's not supposed to be good in the jungle. He's supposed to be pretty weak in the jungle, so I think this is fair. Okay, Jhin just needs buffs. Like Jhin, like even though that like comment's actually pretty decent, like Jin's just in a bad state. I think it's just because, God, I don't even know why. Yeah, he literally just needs buffs. Really, it's not necessarily other AD carries. He gets like outlanes by like a lot of hyper carries, and it's just not very good. I'd just say damage buffs, probably on his Q. Maybe his ultimate. I don't think his ultimate's in that bad of a state though. But I guess that is like kind of the premier reason you pick Jhin. And also his E has just always just been really weak. I feel like if they ever want to like change him, they should like do something with his E. But let's see. Okay, they should increase all the damage on his R. That's all right. That's not gonna like make him better or anything. Yeah, he's still gonna be bad. Katarina, I don't think she's overpowered. She's probably gonna get nerfed though, because I think she's definitely a low elo stomp champion. Even if you you don't have to have like good mechanics to really play her in lower levels, just because people will walk onto your daggers like no problem. So, but in higher elos, she's not problematic at all whatsoever. I don't think, because no, I just think she's really easy to manage. She's hard countered by CC more than anyone else, and it's pretty easy to avoid her damage. Unless she gets a kill, then she gets a huge snowball going on. But I don't think she's that problematic. I don't know what I'd like to see nerfed on her. But let's see what they did. Okay, they nerfed her passive. I feel like her passive is like I think that's really bad. I feel like they should not nerf her passive damage. Like that's 50 at max level almost 50 damage. That's actually really nuts. I don't think they should nerf her blades. Her blades are like, that's what makes her like balanced really. It's just the fact that you can avoid those blades. Oh, Kog'Maw. Okay, Kog'Maw. Okay, this guy just gutted. Like the damage on his W and the range that it gives allows him to survive laning phase really well. He actually beats people in lane just because he can outrange them. And then the damage it has on it is absurd. I think I saw the change earlier on PBE. I think they just reduced his percent damage by like 2%. Yeah, that's exactly what they need to have happen. I think they need to I think they need to put some power into his Q and take out a lot of power from his W. Like they could make it so his Q makes it so they take double damage from his W and his W just gets nerfed or something like that. I don't know. But I feel like he should just be like a tank shredder and shouldn't just be like every one shredder at all stages of the game. Even though he's like so vulnerable, it's like he's not really, because he kills you too fast, especially if he has Lulu on his team. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like I said, yeah, I saw this with this nerf earlier, and I'm kind of happy. I'm happy for it. Kog'Maw is retarded right now. Lucian just needs like damage buffs really. I think his mana costs are fine. His cooldowns I think are alright. He just is lacking in the damage department. He needs with how close range he is, he needs to be able to do more damage. Probably with his Q. I don't really know. He just needs damage buffs really. His ultimate's also always been lackluster, but even more so now. His ultimate was actually really good back when he built lethality, but ever since then, not so good. Let's see. Passive damage increased. Okay, that's a good way of doing it, I think. I didn't think about his passive. But that's definitely a good way of buffing him, I think. He still is not going to be good, but... Ooh. Second shot crit damage. That's what I like. I think that's also pretty good. He should scale a lot better for he just seems like a scaling AD carry to me, but he just doesn't. So it's kind of odd. Moving on. Master Yi. Okay, yes, I'm a former Master Yi player. I saw the changes they initially had that Cowstep reacted to and just called it was His meditate changes are awful. I can't remember what they did. I know they reduced his cool and his Q mana cost, which is good. I don't think. I mean, I don't think it was really necessary because like that's like his only mana cost is Master Yi's Q and his W. Actually, his ultimate might have like 100 mana or something like that. I don't know. But I never felt like Master Yi had necessarily mana problems, but you know it helps him for sure. I mean, yeah, I do think that they could do something with his W, like just make something a little cooler. It's kind of odd that Master Yi ended up not being so well after the rune rework because it just looked like he was gonna be overpowered with like lethal tempo and stuff. But lethal tempo is just lethal tempo needs a buff for melee champions. That's just my opinion. It really Master Yi should be able to abuse that mastery like to its full potential, but he doesn't even want to run it, and that's bad. The only people that want to like run lethal tempo are like maybe like Kog'Maw. There's probably a couple people that like it, but it's mostly just 80 carries or ranged champions. So let's see what they did. Oh yeah, and then they buffed his E, which is okay. I kind of like it. I mean, my favorite variation of Master Yi is his. I think they should just buff the base damage rather than the ratios because this kind of supports the crit version of Master Yi, which I think is just like I think that's just hard to balance. It's just too snowbally, and like it supports like bad Master Yi players too much. If you just get lucky crits and you just get a bunch of kills, then that's it. But if you're building like on hit Master Yi, which I think is the best way to play, well, not the best way to play it, but I think it's the best orientation of Yi that should be balanced around because he does less damage like over like up front. He doesn't like more damage over time, but he does less damage up front. So he has to actually like time his alpha strikes a lot better, and it's more about just like utilizing your Q. And there's more skill expression behind that, I think. So, Rise. Oh yeah, they removed this interaction. God bless. This is so. I don't know why this ever existed. This was actually so annoying. Holy shit. They probably could have done a comp. No. Rise is actually in a good spot, even though like low level players can't play him. But at higher levels, like Rise is still really good right now. I don't know. I mean, this will definitely like put him down, but I don't think he will be unplayable. It's just less bullshit. Like honestly, he should not be like the point of his ultimate is he's given like 2 seconds to dodge skill shots or dodge CC before he gets away. But instead, he just didn't have to do that. He just got away for free, which is just stupid. Oh, Sejuani. Now she just needs a nerf. I don't know what. Really. Q cooldown. Okay, I don't think that's the problem, really. I mean, I guess it's okay. Mobility. But yeah, I don't really know. She just needed a nerf. I hate this champion. Especially, I mean, I play Warwick, obviously, so Sejuani kind of just beats Warwick really hard. Because I can never counter gank Sejuani. I can never like invade her because if she finds me, she'll stun me up. Her mid laner will come and kill me, or she can just run away from me, just by stunning me and dashing away. Yeah, I just hate playing as a champion. And she outscales everyone. So Tryndamere, I don't know anything about Tryndamere. I think he needs a buff though, because I haven't like seen him that often. Usually there's a couple of high level like Tryndamere players, but I've only seen like one, so I'm not really sure. Okay, minor buffs, I guess. I think it's fair. Really, honestly, all they have to do is just like I said, is buff the like. They need to buff like the melee DPS keystones, like four melee DPS. I mean, just really they need like a bruiser keystone. Lethal tempo needs buff for melees. Presley Tech could use maybe a buff for melees, although that's easier to abuse on melees because I know like Xin Zhao and like Jax were using it really well before it got nerfed. So, but definitely lethal tempo needs a buff, and then obviously they could put in a bruiser keystone to make for another substitution. But there just means to me the problem with like Tryndamere and Master Yi lies within runes more than anything else, I think. Victor, oh gosh, I saw Dunn play Victor the other day, hard carry, but I mean Victor. The problem with Victor is he just needs his passive, what's it called? Whatever the free item that he gets, he should be able to augment. He should be able to get that. Like they need to revert the nerf they had a while ago, where they had it like you have to get 1250 gold in order to get your first upgrade. They need to revert back to 1K, because the reason it was really oppressive back then, just because other mid laners didn't really spike until they got like their like Morellonomicon or whatever the first item was back then, which is like 2,800 gold, and Victor got his spike at 1,000 gold, and he was able to wave clear super well, and he could just beat everyone with wave clear that way. But the thing is now there's the one item that builds into Morellonomicon that gives you the free mana on the level up, so that's what every mid laner like backs on, and that's 900 gold. So every mid laner is going to want to recall at 900 gold, buy that item, and come back, and they have a huge lane advantage. And if Victor's able to match it with his augment, then it's fine, it's balanced. But it wasn't balanced when he had an advantage over everyone until they got the first item. But because the main item's in the game, then he should be fine. Okay, that's cool. That's cute. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I don't think this is really necessarily what needs. I always kind of hate cooldown nerfs and ultimates like this, because I feel like the ultimate could maybe use a little bit more power. I feel like it was a lot better in the past. But I don't know. I'm not a Victor player, so I can't really say. Oh, Zoe, just nerf. I don't care what they do to Zoe needs to be nerfed and add her E. Like literally just nerf her E, whether it be the CC duration, the cooldown, I don't know, the range, something like that. Just nerf her E. That's all I care about. I don't care about her Q damage. I don't care about her R. I don't even really care about her like stealing summoner spells, even though that's kind of bullshit. That's a little easier to play around. It's just her E is honestly what's keeping her from being balanceable. And they nerf her Q. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I've seen this before. No one cares about her Q. Her Q is not the problem whatsoever. That's like a nerf to her, obviously, so it reduces her power, but her E is the problem. Health regen. Oh, wait, this is kind of cool. Wait, I never even saw this. So they changed Cho'Gath's abilities to look better, which I think is fine. Keystones. Oh yeah. Ooh, thank God. Okay, this was initially this was at 10%. I know I saw in PBE. They changed it back to 15%. This is a proper nerf, I think. I think what they should do with this is they should make it so that Unsealed Spellbook, like the cooldown is like reduced like to like 30% if you change summoner spells. So like if you change from like Flash to Ghost, instead of having 15% cooldown reduction on Ghost, it changes to 30% on that one time. After that one time use. And then after you use that, you have to change it again in order to get the 30% value back. So it kind of like rewards people for changing, like actually like using the rune, because it is kind of bullshit that like champions just pick it up just so that they can spam Flash whenever it's off cooldown. But yeah, I think that this is honestly an amazing rune. I'm just like, even though it's like so strong right now, the problem isn't that it's strong. The problem is the other keystones are weak. You hear this from everyone. Like most people kind of agree with this, right? I don't know. For some reason they're slow to realize it, but yeah, the problem is Unsealed Spellbook, and Unsealed Spellbook isn't even like that toxic to play around. It's actually kind of fun. So yeah, I don't know. Ooh, yeah, okay. I know, and yeah, I remember on PBE because I played on PBE with the Swain rework. I know they nerfed magical boots. They like increased the timer that it takes to get them, I think, and they also like removed the like 50 gold from it or something like that. And also, they didn't nerf perfect timing, did they? Oh, so now you have to choose between magical. No, so they didn't do anything with the timer. They just made it so you. Oh my gosh! Wait, that's actually cool. that's probably pretty good idea, to be honest. Yeah, okay, these are definitely like these should all be in the same tier. I don't know why Magical Footwear was compared to the other two, because yeah, it was a little questionable. Perfect Timing. Okay, yeah, okay. This is all how I felt about Perfect Time. This is good. It really should have been. The problem is just the fact that there's actually gold value attached to it. They should, if they load like the active for the Perfect Timing is fine, I think, but everyone ran it because it's not like, it wasn't risky to take. It wasn't like, you know what, like it's good when it's risky, because then it's like, okay, maybe you have outplay potential, but if you mess up, you still get gold value back. And so they're kind of reducing that, which I like. Biscuit deliveries tier 2. Yeah, that makes way more sense. Okay. I feel like these runs just seem like they're inferior to these, though. I don't know, but I guess this is a temporary solution to the problem. Although I know Minion Dematerializer, I know, is popular in a lot of mid laners now, so that's not so bad. I think Biscuit Delivery could maybe use a buff. Actually, maybe, I don't know. The problem with this is that Kleptomancy is so good that people who run Klepto don't even need Biscuit. I feel like Biscuit Delivery should be on like Gangplank should basically be required to take this, but he doesn't have to because he has Klepto and it's so good that he gets potions like all day. Wait, is this the... Oh yeah, Blood Moon thing. Okay. Just trying to remember this one. Alright, so bug fixes, nothing really worth mentioning, I don't think. Oh yeah, this is what I'm excited for, though. The Lunar Revel Warwick. Oh, you know I'm gonna buy this one right away. Look at that. I have played it in game too. His Q has like a different sound, which is kind of weird, but I love this skin. It's actually pretty cool. It could be better though. It's not gonna be like the coolest skin in the world, but it's definitely gonna be Warwick's best skin, so I'm excited for that. And I'll definitely buy it right away and play it like as much as possible. But yeah, that seems to be about it. So yep, thanks for watching. Check out my stream. I'm going to try to post more on YouTube. Like, this is gonna be my one of my earlier YouTube videos, but I'm gonna try to push out more content here in the future. You know, just get more involved. I'm still trying to figure out a lot of things. I'm new to this, so this is a good start because it's pretty simple to do. All I have to do is just look at patch notes, so I don't have to do any editing or anything like that. But yeah, so yeah, thank you for watching and have a nice day.